Hey everybody, welcome to this Small Business Saturday. And I know there's a lot of confusion going on out there with Google LSAs and how it's impacting your AdWords, increasing a lot of people's conversions on AdWords, having less click-through rates. And me and the digital shark, Bill Rossell, are here to explain to you how and why it's impacting you and what's actually happening so you can see it. And we'll give you a few examples. So, Bill, first of all, explain to people what Google local service ads are.
Yeah, so obviously, you broke news probably, 3.5, 4 years ago?
4 years ago now.
4 years ago in the home service space of beta testing in Philadelphia for home services, HVAC, okay?
Google's HVAC and plumbing, we fill these categories up.
Yeah, so we've now shifted with regards to the times, and now Google has rolled out the Google screen. Lawyers, real estate agents are now in an ability where they can utilize a cost per lead situation very much same way as what you have going on in the HVAC space. So their picture appears, has their reviews, has that particular information, exact same way you saw in the HVAC space, and now they can get a call versus a click to the website.
So let's talk about that, right? You know me, I shoot people straight. I said, when they came out and they said LSAs, beta tested here, we're never going to change it, I said, you're full of shit, right? Because the only thing that's consistent with Google, Facebook, all these companies is change. And no different than us, we're constantly changing. Some people here say, oh my God, Lance, you guys changed so much. Well, we live in a world of change. You're in technology, right? So let's be frank with that. But they went from a cost per lead model to now it's a cost per call model, meaning it's a bid system that broke about a year ago. They beta tested in San Fran, then we were the second market again. Then they just started taking it everywhere. There's about 50 to 80 categories now total, depending on what market you're in. But what we're seeing is a heavy impact on some, right, where it is affecting them and saying, well, okay, my cost per conversion on my paid ads maybe went up 10%, 15%, 20%. My click-through rate went down a percentage point. Can you explain to people why they're going to lose click-through rate when there's another segment showing up on the screen?
Well, there's options. Google keeps putting out paid options to the opportunity for that person to be able to do different things, okay? Now you have to remember that it's not every single category that you're going to be out there. For example, you might put the term attorney in and get your Google screen, but prenups lawyer, okay, might not have a Google screen coming back. So you have to look at the broad base of the keyword as well, and in certain situations on broad-based keywords like car accident attorney Philly, you're not getting any PPC coming back, just the Google screen. So you constantly have to be adjusting what's happening and understanding where that conversion is taking place. But to your point, you think about $140 a call, that attorney's going to take it all day long compared to $330 a click for mesothelioma attorney in Philadelphia.
But we also know it's not going to stay that low. That's impossible because Google's literally, and I've said this now over and over again, they're cannibalizing their own pay-per-click revenue for this product because what they're going to do is say that case to that lawyer is worth $100,000, $200,000 in their fees. Are you willing to give me $5,000 for a qualified call? That's where they're going with it.
It's definitely, and when they rolled out the Google Screen program, they rolled out the auction model already in it. It wasn't a set where it was $28, $35, $40. They automatically allowed you to max bid, or better yet, allow Google to determine through maximize leads, they can determine what you're going to pay for that particular lead. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that to any customer to allow Google to tell you, especially in the heading of lawyers, of what you're going to pay for that call. But that's where, you reach out to us. We'll be happy to walk you through that process.
And, we actually have a realtor. We listened to his calls the other day. Good friend of mine. I'm not going to put him on blast. He thought some of these calls were spam. They weren't. They were actually true leads. And if you look, his actual lead cost per lead actually went down drastically. But, people are trying to make everything siloed. They don't realize how these work hand in hand and how somebody might have saw your pay-per-click ad the first time, then they saw your local home service ad, they clicked through, somebody might have saw your organic. They got to look at their cost per lead acquisition still the same. what's my overall cost? Because it's only going to get more cloudier as they keep saying privacy rules and all this other garbage. They're going to really, so if you try and silo this product, are you making a mistake, or do you think that's how you would look at it?
I think that there's 2 points. Number one, it's a pond that nobody's really fishing in right now for real estate agents, attorneys.
Carpet cleaning company,
Okay.
you name it.
Right.
I think it's less than 10%, 7% of all businesses, if I'm correct, are still, only 7% of all businesses are even part of this program.
It's such a small amount, and yet think about being at the top of the page with your picture showing when somebody's looking for a real estate agent
And you
in
know you're
Philadelphia.
going to pay per call.
And you know what you're going to pay for call. Think about what it is as an attorney. I checked just the other day for attorneys in Philadelphia, and you think about how many attorneys there are in Philadelphia. There were 15 attorneys that were in the Google Screen program.
That's it.
15. It's just not taken the notion that it has with the other aspects of what's going on.
Just do it under realtors.
I think there's 7.
And 3 or more clients.
I know, it's crazy.
4 or more clients of the
Yep.
7.
Yep.
Like, it's amazing. A good friend of mine was a lawyer, and someone advised him not to do this. And I was like, you were on the phone with him on Friday.
I know, it's crazy.
And I said, you're nuts. Like, people are just getting bad advice out there because they don't want to go through the process. It's a little bit of a process. But would you say people have to look at this and incorporate it into their overall digital spend because it's a piece of the pie?
It's a piece that I wouldn't want to be not being involved with right now.
But the problem is and I said this to someone because someone actually asked me, another marketer said, well, I'm telling my clients about this and then they're pulling back on their PPC spend. And I said, feel free, let them do that, because what they don't understand is they're going to lose all the headway, quality score here, all this stuff, and Google's going to do what Google does. Oh, it's $200 a call, now it's $1,000 a call. Well, all of a sudden, this pie over here that you let go, you got to restart the whole entire process again.
It's funny you say that because I was having a conversation, and you got to play in Google Sandbox. You got to play with all the toys in Google Sandbox. You can't just play with what you want to play with, because Google's going to pull it away from you and not allow you to be successful playing in the sandbox.
So if you're watching this Small Business Saturday, the only thing we tell you is you got to get on Google local service ads, every single person. It's going to help drive down your cost per lead for now. It's another big piece of the puzzle. People aren't doing it. But also for you out there, that so many of you are wondering, and I see so many different articles, is my click-through rate's going down, my conversion rate, not so much staying, but my actual cost per conversion is going up. You have to understand there's only so much real estate. You got to look at all the toys in your toy box and say, what are all my toys costing you, not one single one? Because what's a great toy to play with today might not be a great toy tomorrow. So make sure you don't throw away that great toy for tomorrow.
Totally agree. Can't make it any easier than that.
Thank you for watching this Small Business Saturday, and we look forward to talking to you next Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to follow me at Lance Bachman on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook at Lance Bachman Digital. And every Thursday we drop a new podcast. Don't forget to listen to it. We're giving out great content. And remember this is the time to build your business right now. Let's effing go, everybody.